Now to Afghanistan, where two Russian embassy staff members were among at least 6 people killed in a suicide bombing in the capital Kabul. Several other people are reported to have been wounded. The attack is the first on a foreign mission in Afghanistan since the Taliban took power over the country back in August 2021. Russia's foreign ministry said an unknown militant set off an explosive device near the entrance to the consular section. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters, "Without any doubt, we are talking about a terrorist act, which is absolutely unacceptable." For more on this story, we want to take you now straight to Kabul. Journalist Shakib Nazari standing by for us there. Shakib, thank you so much for being with us. Afghanistan has seen a rise in attacks in recent months, and yet this one does stand out, the first against an embassy since Taliban took over. Has any group claimed responsibility, and what do we know about who could potentially want to target Russian interests in Afghanistan?
Thanks a lot, and hello to everybody who are just watching us from I-24 right now. A few minutes ago, ISKP took full responsibility of today's suicide attack on the Russian embassy in Kabul. And the suicide attack named by a young ISKP member named Waqas al-Muhajir. He just exploded himself on the consular door and has the casualties, about 6 people, including 2 Russian embassy members, that one of them was named Amilchenkov, that lost their lives in today's incident. And according to the official authorities of the de facto government of Afghanistan, 70 people have been wounded. And after the explosion, the Russia embassy just temporarily suspend their applications to the receiver. And also this explosion has the international reactions, including the ulama, Iran, Turkey, China, because they shared their condolences, and also Afghanistan's, or we can say the Taliban de facto acting foreign minister had a phone call with the Russia foreign minister and shared the sympathy, and also assured a better security for the Russia embassy inside Afghanistan.
And Shakib, we've seen a string of deadly bomb blasts, mainly targeting mosques and minority communities, many of these claimed by the Islamic State group. Describe for us what is the balance of power between the Islamic State and the Taliban. What do they seek to achieve in those attacks?
On the previous government, Taliban also took the full control of Afghanistan by fearing, by anything that caused and near them to the power. And due to that, they showed themselves and also took the control of Afghanistan on August 15 last year. And ISKP has the same thing, because we can say 4 days ago, Zabiullah Mujahid, the spokesperson of Taliban government, he just assured the countries in the region, including the Russia, that not to be worried about the ISKP threats or ISKP fighter threats from the Afghanistan. But today, the ISKP targeted one of the, we can say, the biggest embassies in Afghanistan who are still open, and 1 year after the Taliban takeover. And it means that ISKP shows to the people that what kind of extremists they are, and they're just showing fear, they're showing the torture, they're showing insulting the other people, and this means to them the power, and also a free advertisement by everyone who are just publishing their articles about that, and it has gained their dignity to the people who are there, just audiencing, and they're just targeting, and it means they are showing showing their power by using Afghanistan soil against every country or against every region.
Shakib, as you mentioned, it's been a year now since the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Describe for us how much has changed in the country since this takeover. Obviously, the Taliban is isolated internationally. We've seen an economic downturn that drove millions into poverty. Talk us through the main changes over this past year.
Yeah, it has been lots of changes. You mentioned about the poverty, you mentioned about the economic crisis. These are the main points that are happening inside Afghanistan after the takeover. But the main reason is the security problems, because ISKP and other extremists that who are far from the country, who are threatening our neighbors, they are just gaining every day by day, and they're rising. They have their own members who are working alongside with them, and that's the main point, and that's the main reason that everyone is scared of being in Afghanistan. And also there are lots of limitations. For example, today I was on the Russia embassy's area to cover this story, that what happened there, but none of the Taliban militants allow us to shoot a single video or shoot a single pictures. The picture and the video or the visuals that are viral, they shot only by the local peoples. And it means that we don't have any coordination even with our own people. And on the other sides that we are talking about, the agriculture, about the economic, about the information, about the technology, or even on the culture side, we can say it seems a little bit funny, but that's the true thing. We are
unfortunately we are out of time. Journalist Shakib Nazari in Kabul, thank you so much for that.